If I take off my bra, my breasts will be about this level. Having sex in the cowgirl position with big breasts is incredibly uncomfortable. Hi everyone, my name is Galya, I'm 21 years old and I have a size 6 bust. In my class I had the biggest breasts. I had, still have, and will continue to have the biggest, and I think when we have our class reunion nothing will change. In 8th grade I already had almost a size 5 bust while the girls in my class didn't have anything yet. It was awkward and that probably somehow affected my further development. This complex I had about my large breasts, the fact that they were growing, and that everyone was paying attention to them. They called me a dairy cow. The boys had this game called elbows to the belly button. To the point that even when you were sitting at your desk, even if it was the last one, well, you still have to somehow hide your chest because when you're sitting, it pretty much rests right on the desk. I always had to move back, and because of that, of course, I ended up with back problems. I just stayed quiet and reacted calmly, but I had the opposite situation with the girls. I got into 2 fights. We were jumping rope, and somehow the girls started giggling and laughing, and they even spun the rope faster on purpose. I remember that I couldn't take it anymore and hit one of the girls, the one who was right in front of me. I had this bra, it was really simple, and of course my breasts would spill out of it. And there was a moment when I was taking the jump rope test, so I started jumping. So let's just say, along with my friends, everything kept popping out. 80% of the time when I talk to young men, their gaze is aimed below my chin. Sorry, what did you say? Could you please repeat that? It's so annoying. If we're talking about nowadays how I generally present myself, what kind of clothes I choose, then yes, it's probably more of a tomboy style. I guess I tried to hide it and use it as some kind of protection. I came with a low-cut top when I was taking one of my exams in my 2nd year. I won't mention which one, but I came and just watched the reaction. They look, yes, even older men look, and there's nothing you can do about it. Really, you can't call large breasts anything else but a burden. I mean, it's definitely extra weight that you carry, and it really affects your posture. I have scoliosis and as a result osteochondrosis. That means constant headaches, constant pain in my neck and between my shoulder blades. And, well, you try, like I said, to do sports to at least somehow maintain your core strength, to help with your posture. I walk hunched over. For example, I can go with my head down as much as possible like this for a long time, leaning my body forward because it's easier for me to walk that way. If I try to stand up straight and stick my chest out, it's even harder. I can even lose my coordination. It's really hard at university. During classes, you have to sit for an hour and a half. Sure, you can get up and ask to leave once, but most of the time you're sitting and it's really hard to keep good posture. There was a situation with a bandage. I found this thing at home and thought, I'll try it. I tried to wrap it around myself. No way, it was really hard to breathe, so at some point I just had to accept it. And yes, what helped me in this case was wearing loose clothing. I don't have a boyfriend right now, no relationships. Guys were mostly happy and very often said oh, we're so glad we met you, yeah. That's the best question there could be. Having sex in the cowgirl position with big breasts. Oh my gosh, it's so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, it's so uncomfortable. Every time it turns into an awkward, funny situation. Personally, I always laugh at this like crazy. Of course, I used to have insecurities and I still have them. To the point that, for example, if I'm lying on my back, I can feel that they go in different directions. And that's when you start to worry, oh, how is he going to see me now? One is to the right, one is to the left. And then you try to keep them looking nice, try to lie down, find the right position. And it's always so awkward, and somehow it always ends in laughter. To the point where you just end a relationship with someone because you feel uncomfortable with them, even to the point of not wanting to have sex with them. If I take off my bra, my breasts will be about at this level, somewhere around here, yeah, about like this. Ideally, in my dreams, with the active lifestyle I would like to have. A size 3, I think, is a good number. Good things come in threes. Have I thought about surgery? Yes, of course I have, and I've already analyzed the whole situation for the future. I'll see that old age is just around the corner, and soon I'll have to start tucking things into my pants. Then definitely I'll have a reduction, a lift, whatever is needed. Because living with this will be hard. If it does grow, and it probably will, because when I lose weight, my breasts don't get smaller. Again, it's genetically determined. Well, that's just how it is. When I gain extra weight, especially during puberty, I sweat a lot. So there were constant rashes, and I had to take care of them with medication, hormonal creams, and things like that. I have stretch marks, and they're very noticeable if I take off my bra, and that's also unattractive, not aesthetic. So girls, be happy that you have small breasts. I've always wanted to look a few years younger and for people to perceive me according to my actual age. And not just older people, but peers too. Peers are a whole different story. It's really tough with them. If we're talking about young people, like now, people my age, they tend to perceive me, I'm talking about guys now, they tend to perceive me probably as an object for entertainment, well, as a not serious girl, let's put it that way. You could say for sexual pleasure. As a girl for sexual pleasure more than as a pleasant conversationalist. One time, my friend and I were laughing. We were also talking about busts, about compliments about breasts, and one guy, she has a small size, he gave her a compliment by calling her breasts the drawbridges of St. Petersburg. Well, something like that, just a second, seriously. At first I listened to her, but as for me, my bridge is never open, no matter the season. One time a guy said, well, I would dive in there, and I said, you'll drown there. That was the kind of compliment I got about my choice of lingerie. This is the most painful topic when you go to a regular store and literally all the models you see are made for women. There's no variety, no lace, no interesting designs. And you have to take whatever is available. And if you want to look beautiful, you have to buy women's styles in some super expensive specialty store. I don't have the opportunity to add push-up padding for someone, I'm talking about our people now, our company, F+, and so on. It's so that it holds, lifts, and nothing falls out, those constantly chafing bra straps, all sorts of bruises. It even got to the point, like I said, where I had bruises from those straps. When I tightened my bra a lot, just to make my breasts stay in place, I would actually get bruises. I mean, that's just awful. What's so good about having large breasts? Definitely nothing, for sure. Without a second thought, I would agree to have a flat chest. Damn, that's a really cool question. For some reason, I never got into it. Even though my mom and I, just for fun, I'd come in and say, Mom, maybe we don't really need those weights, probably. Like, when you take 2 liters of cola, a bottle, and then another 2.5, that's about the volume. I'm saying that's about how much it would weigh. 2 of my girlfriends, yeah. It's a really cool thing. They're always called different names depending on the mood. Right now I have Jana and Violetta. For example, being young and having a big chest is not as easy as it seems, and it takes constant effort.